Guest tonight is Congressman Mike Kelly, member of the House Ways and Means Committee, which voted to refer criminal charges to the Justice Department. Congressman, good to have you with us.
Thank you, Lou. Good to be with you.
Let's start with this conflating of issues. These emails, by the way, the two which we referenced on this broadcast last night, are in fact within moments of one another, in which she acknowledged that there is no legal basis for prosecution, even as she entertained the idea at the behest of the Justice Department itself.
Yeah, well, I think the administration's really caught up in quite a mess right now. And you think about Lois Lerner. She's not an elected official, and she's not appointed by a politician. She's just a regular citizen coming out and working for an agency, a very powerful agency of the government. Why she would do what she did in a position that has it's got to be apolitical, especially with the IRS. There is not a more chilling or a more scary agency in our government than the IRS because of what they can do to us. And we know that. So you watch what Ms. Lerner has done and say, we have violated citizens' constitutional rights. We have denied them due process under the law. Why is this going on? And say, at the end of the day, somebody has to stand up and say it was my fault. Pleading the fifth, I mean, you don't plead the fifth if you're not guilty. She's done some things that, quite frankly, most America looks at right now and says, you know, we would have forgiven you if you made a mistake. We would have forgiven you if you just misspoke. But you lied. You lied to us.
Yeah, lied, and it wasn't a mistake. And these are, in nearly every instance, when we look at the failures of this administration and the breakdown in government, these aren't mistakes.
No.
These are the results of conscious political decisions taken in government agencies that are supposed to be, as you said, non-political, non-partisan, and this government has, well, it has moved in entirely the opposite direction.
Absolutely, and the gap keeps widening between what the American people have faith and believe in and where they think their government's taking them. This is a government, this is a model that really relies on faith and trust on those who you elect to go and represent you. As a member of Congress, my duty is to have oversight. My duty is to look into things, investigate them, expose them. At that point, then, it goes to the Department of Justice. I think when you see that breakdown, say, why, when it went from a legislative body to an executive branch, why did it break down? What's going on here? Again, widen that gap between what people have faith and belief in.
What do you say to the American people? The Congress has found our Attorney General, the top law enforcement officer of this country, in contempt of Congress, a civil and criminal proceeding against him as a result. The Internal Revenue Service targeting scandal, Fast and Furious, Benghazi, 4 Americans dead, and not one whit of information has come forward from a year and a half of investigation. There is seemingly no consequence, irrespective of the efforts of Congress to try to get to the truth, stymied at every turn by an administration that is effectively, successfully stonewalling the American people and the Congress at every turn.
Yes, I think the American people expect Republicans and Democrats to go at each other, but I think they also expect the truth. And they also expect that the president can't be the most powerful Republican or the most powerful Democrat. He has to be the most honest American. He has to represent us as a total body, as a total people. You would think at this point, Lou, that he would say, I want to get to the bottom of this because that's what the people deserve. That's what we need to do. And he's not going to do that. He's holding off. He's stonewalling.
Congress